First of all, thank you all for being here, whether you've traveled across town, across the province, or across the border. We appreciate you choosing to spend your weekend with us. When we launched this tournament last year, our goal wasn't simply to create another event. Our goal was to create something that would help grow the sport, bring bowlers together, and give people a reason to get excited about competitive bowling again. This weekend, we have over $50,000 in total prize money on the line, including a $20,000 top prize. That's something we're incredibly proud of, but as important as the prize fund is, what matters most is seeing this building filled with bowlers who share the same passion for this sport. Bowling isn't just a business to me, it's how I grew up. My parents owned a bowling alley's bowling center, and I spent my childhood around the lanes, learning from the people and the community that makes this sport so special. The friendships, memories, and opportunities bowling has created for me and my family are a big reason why we're here today. The Big Money Bowl is our way of giving back and helping create something that keeps this sport growing for years to come. Over the next 2 days, we'll have great competition, great stories, and hopefully create memories that last long after the final frame is bowled. On behalf of my family, our staff, volunteers, and sponsors, thank you for believing in this event and helping us continue to build something special. Good luck to everyone, bowl well, and let's have a fantastic weekend. For lane assignments, Squad 6, Lane 13, Maxine and Ryan. Lane 14, Chad and Steve Walls. Lane 15, Dylan and Nick Gravel. Lane 16, Kevin and Matthew. Lane 17, Jason, Shakal, and Marshall. Lane 18, Steve Lewicki and Hugh Bent. Lane 19, Paul Mezzatesta, Tyler Loudon. Lane 20, Tim Johnson, Andy Manastreski. Sorry for the pronunciation there. Lane 21, Brandon, Paul, and Brooke. Lane 22, Cole and Noah. Lane 23, Adeline and Kyle. Lane 24, Joe and Matthew. Lane 27, Luca and Terry Lynn. Lane 28, Jake and Kevin. Lane 29, Art and Alex. Lane 30, Rick and Jason. Lane 31, Sylvester and TJ. Lane 32, Hayden and Bill. Lane 33, Mena and Jessica. Lane 34, Robert and Christopher. Lane 35, Alex and Michael. Lane 36, Chris and Steve. You guys can hit the check mark to get our 10 minutes of practice started.
we're back once again here, and things underway again at the Marcin Big Money Bowl. Squad 6 warm-ups. And we have got a full house for Squad 6 here today. Wow, think about a total of 90 bowlers registered for the Marcin Big Money Bowl. And this is just incredible to see. As someone myself who's from Sarnia, and formerly way back in the 90s I worked at Marcin Bowl, and to see the sport coming back to life. Full lanes here right now, and Jeff Wicken's vision coming full circle right now. $20,000 first place certainly gives people a reason. They've come from Quebec, they've come from Alberta. They have come from all over Canada. This is Canada's largest money tournament, right here in our backyard of Point Albert, Ontario. And yesterday, things got underway, and you can feel the excitement, and then people getting a little comfortable, and then this morning, everybody coming in, and they're still waking up, and then things got rolling, and the excitement just filled. And I want to say thank you to my friend Roger Winter, who stepped in earlier today to fill in for me while I had to go to another event. I appreciate you, Roger. Roger Winter, a bowler of 40 plus years, a gentleman I've known for a long time. And I'm looking around and seeing some faces here as well that have been in the sport for a long time. Over to my right, I can see Art Oliver right now warming up. Art Oliver, the winner last year of $20,000. Will he do it again? People are talking. It's only the second annual big money event, and the idea is to do it for years to come. And congratulations to Jeff Wickens and his wife Jen and the team here. This is a really big deal, so congratulations, Jeff. And we're going to see in about 6 minutes, the warm-ups will finish. We're watching a young lady today, her name's Carrie. She had like I think it was like 7 strikes in a row we were rooting for, and then all of a sudden the spare came along. We've seen some high games, 250s, 280s. We're going to see some really good bowling, so keep watching. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Are you watching, like what city are you watching from? Are you in a bowling alley somewhere else watching right now? We want to hear from you. Do you have a favorite bowler you're rooting for or looking for? It's happening here all through in the evening as we continue to have more squads throughout the night. So enjoy, and congratulations, Jeff. You've done a fantastic job, and I know a lot of people are really super proud of you right now. Let's take you back to the action. Well, Sean just started squad 6, first frame there, so hard to tell if anybody's killing it. I wasn't here earlier. But there's a 7-10 split waiting to be had on lane 24. We'll see how that goes down. Just on the left of your screen. Edie Lynn, I believe is her name, Basana. Not this time. But earlier this morning, I saw a lot of, there was a young lady, her name's Carrie. She had like 7 strikes in a row and then opened up into a spare in the 8th frame. I've seen a lot of 250s, 280s. Jim LaPointe yesterday in game 4 of squad 1 had a 300 game. So congratulations to him. And he also got the 7-10 split. So when the weekend's over, I'll be going back and picking out highlights and hopefully capturing that. Being able to share that back, I should say. Definitely some great bowling happening here. Taking a look on the left side of your screen here, line 23 and 24, we've got Joe Chi. I hope I'm saying that right. He has currently got 4 strikes in a row. First 4 frames, looking good here for Joe. Joe Chiach, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I apologize. So this is definitely one so far to keep an eye on. From what I can see glancing away, I wish we could have all the scoreboards up there, but Joe up there now on the left side of your screen, lane 24, looking to add another strike to the box. No, leaving 2 up there. But still off to a great start. This spare will keep him going in the right direction for sure. Many players have traveled very far to be here today. He's not your average Joe, you're right, Sean. Yeah. Well, they can't hear my voice, so I'm not jinxing anybody. But off to a great start. 108 into the 5th frame. Not seeing really anything else close as of yet. Strikes in a row up there for Matt on lane 24, 23-24. Strike up there for Joe. 5 strikes on the board. 1 spare in the middle of it. She's still going to serve him well. Try to take a walk here and show you some of the other lanes. I'll just get my camera set. Take you for a walk. See right there in front of us, Art Oliver, winner from last year. 118 coming into the 7th right now. The winner of $20,000 last year. And that's how we did it last year. Take a walk down to the left side of the lane here. Take a look and we'll see. I think another good score up there from Cole. 4 strikes on the board. More down here, 3 strikes on the board, 4 strikes on the board. There's some great bowling happening here for sure. And there's a split. Seen a few of those today, but so far, Jim LaPointe, the only one to have been able to pull that off. See if Matt can show us how it's done. Not today. Ooh, pulled it off. Wasn't sure if it had that hard bounce. I hope that helped give you some perspective. What to expect out there. Hope you can still hear me okay. If you're around here on Monday, June the 1st, we've kind of a year-end celebration, or to clean things up, I guess you could say. 50% off everything. All items 50% off in the restaurant from 4 until about 10 o'clock. So definitely worthwhile to come in and see the staff one more time. Highway Bowl open all summer. They've got free bowling, kids bowl free. 2 games a day you can have. Go online to marcinbowl.ca.
Attention all bowlers, the 50-50 draw will take place at 5 o'clock. If anyone is interested in getting their tickets, please come to the table set up beside the front desk.
that's going to wrap up the first game of Squad 6 here today. Bowlers will change lanes. Game 2 of 5 gets underway here shortly. Hey Miranda, nice to see you watching. Miranda, sending good luck to everyone. Game 2, Squad 6 getting underway here. Just a few more bowlers from Game 1. begging for him to do anything.
Yeah, I seen that.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I'm going, how can you be here and there? I'm hearing his voice here, and he must be good at throwing it or something like that.
No, my boy just runs the screen, and Roger Winter was here. He was dabbing for, he just did about 3 games.
Yeah. Yesterday, my brother. Oh, here you signed up?
I gotta help Jason get out.
Yeah.
Living up to 17 in 5 months.
The girl down here, Lauren, Gary,
Yeah.
she had 7 strikes. First 7. She compared it.
Justin Knowles. Good goal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. From the state. He shot that 13 this morning. Yeah.
Watching this one here and here. It's been okay.
Some guys are bowling like the 2 shifts they bowl at noon and 4 o'clock, like kayak. I don't know what the cut line's going to be, but I think it will be about 10:50 or so.
Yeah, so when, I'm guessing, at some point though, this is the second game.
Yeah,
I don't know when they'll take a break. Probably after this squad.
yeah, we're taking a break.
So when this squad ends, maybe we got to this one and talk to them. Rather than do it now while we're going,
Yeah,
we got some time to go.
yeah, like
Otherwise, I just mute it and it sits there.
8 o'clock is next shift. There'll be some time, but this is only second game. Third.
First one went really second. First one went really quick.
Yeah, this is second game. It's my brother was shot 130. You know, it's either like you come in here and do it again, or you get beat up by the Philippines. And yesterday I came and attacked the lanes the way I wanted to attack it.
I've seen a lot of skills out there. Just the first game.
Yeah. So I had,
Getting the point made.
yeah, you made the 7-10. I wish they had 70 plus.
You might be the only one.
Or 65 plus, yeah. There'd only be a couple of us over 65, but 170-year-old, I mean, I'm the only one that's 70. The other guy from Philistine, he's just probably 60.
If they had a cat where there were only 4 or 5 in him, it'd be better.
Yeah,
Because there's only 2 instead of all this.
yeah, like,
It'd be fun to watch.
you go to a couple of tournaments that are out of town, like back about 13 years ago, and you're 55 plus, and you were
Taking a look here on where are we sitting at? Lane 24. There's just through on 23. 7 strikes in a row. Martin Oliver over here. Also started off with a strike and then into a spare, and 6 more strikes since then. Oh, I don't believe so. I know $20,000 is first prize, and then there's a whole bunch of what they call 1 in 5s and whatever else they normally do. $50,000 in total. Let's watch Martin Oliver do it again. Wow. 9 strikes in a row.
Let's go, Chad.
I'm going to try to get you a better shot of Art. The approach. There it is again. 10 in a row right now. Could be witnessing the next 300 game. There it is again. Wow. Not going to be a 300 as they got the spare on the second frame. The next best thing. outstanding. Still a heck of a game there with a 279. Wow. It's exciting to watch. Incredible 279 there by Art Oliver. Fantastic to sit here and watch that live. It's pretty wild. He's definitely on track to maintain his title. Can he do it 2 years in a row? Game 2 starting to wrap up. See a 216, a 225. Lots of 200s showing up. You want me to go get it? I just want you to stand right here. We're not live yet. Just hold on. Kind of stay right there. Okay. All right. Well, we've got a special guest here. We're talking with Mel Matthews. If you don't know Mel, you're not in the bowling world, that's for sure. Mel, you've been bowling for over 50 years.
Yeah, probably more like 60.
Is that right, eh?
Yeah. My home house used to be Highway Bowl.
Right. But I see here, I've got a lot of crap.
This
is the resume here. Yeah. But you were 5-pin at Northgate Bowl when you were like 10 years old, is that right?
Yeah, that's where I started. I only lived down the street. I grew up on Exmouth down by Norm Perry Park.
Right, okay. So how did you get into bowling? Like, what was it about bowling? Did somebody introduce you to it?
Used to go with chums that just wanted to open bowl.
Right.
And then I had a neighbor whose uncle was the manager at Northgate way back before it put the second floor on.
Oh, I see. I always thought it had 2 floors.
No, it only had one. And I used to set pins in there on the left side, because half the house was pin boy, the other half was automatic machines, and all 10.
Is that right?
Well,
so you were really in the trenches.
Yeah, and then I ended up going upstairs and joining the SMA 5-pin that they had running up there, and that was my first experience to a lot of organized bowling.
Right, I see. Okay.
And then after that, it was, look out, here I come. It was all 10-pin.
What is it about the sport that got you hooked? And not only got you hooked, but kept you attached to it for all these years?
I don't know. I've loved it right from day one, throwing a ball. I mean, my scores now aren't any good. I'm 76 years old and still trying to throw a ball. I mean, I used to have city high average here at one time, but that goes down the drain as you getting older.
Come on. Well, you are definitely, I'll call you a legend in the bowling world, not just around here, but you've traveled pretty far to some bowling tournaments.
Yeah, I had the fortunate opportunity of bowling with a fella by the name of Neil Sinclair, and he organized a team to go to, before it was called ABCs, ABC Nationals. Yeah. It's now USBC. And I was bowling, traveling all over the states, everywhere out there for 20 years.
Wow.
Before I quit. Well, I quit. I've been trying to get across the bridge at one time.
50-50 ticket
was
number
a pain in the butt.
574-001.
And then the dollar difference.
574-001.
Because I used to belong to leagues in there, over the river, and I used to belong to leagues here.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was in my later teens, I was bowling 8 times a week.
Wow.
In organized leagues.
Yeah.
And then people would keep wanting me to spare. So.
You just couldn't say no, eh?
No. I mean, when I got my one and only 300, I was in my 40s. And then I got my...
You're one and only 300. You've only had one 300 game.
Yeah, I'm like a golfer. I mean, you get the magic number, hole in one. I mean...
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's a lot of guys out here that got talent and got 300s coming up in ning-nang. But I was able to get a 300 and an 800 series. Nice. They were a lot of years apart. One was like 98, the other one was like 2006, the 800. But they're all done in this house.
Was that right here at Marcin? You talk about Marcin, like you've seen a lot of changes all over in bowling.
I'm back.
But here, we're down to Highway Bowl and now Marcin with the same owners. And you can honestly say for Jeff and his mom, there's a bit of a legacy that's happening here because of Brian. Talk about how you knew them.
Brian used to drill up my equipment, and now Stevie does here. But that's where I got to know Brian, was Lake Huron Lanes. with the old Polymer Men's League, and we'd always stay late and play cards, and then with young Mike running this place,
Yeah, Mike.
we'd get in the men's league here, and then go. Well, it was never like this, but I mean, we'd go into the bar area that used to be the bar area.
Right.
You can remember the old bar area because I got to see you a lot when
I remember the 90s. I was here in the
Rose
90s.
and Jerry were.
Yeah, when
running
Jerry.
it.
That's
Rose
right.
and Jerry
Yeah, I was the
were-
karaoke guy.
Yeah, you were in that little. You were in the alcove that's now the entrance to the wash.
That's right. That's right. They stuck me in a corner, but
Yeah,
yeah, that was in the 90s for
but
me.
this. I mean, this town used to have. This town used to have bowling alleys like they had bingo halls.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because I
we
mean,
had,
you had Lake Huron Lanes, Marcin Highway. There was Northgate, Pindeck.
Echo. Echo is now where the nurse practitioner's office is,
Okay.
up by the library there, across the street. Echo Bowl. Who else we have? Northgate, Lake Huron, us. Then you had Courtright,
Oh yeah, right,
Courtright Lanes. You had the deck. You also had right up the city. They had the fire. They were above the pool hall.
Oh,
What the hell? You had Gus's on front, and then the
Yeah.
National. The
Yeah.
National had
Wow.
legs. But now you're going back in history, my friend.
you're.
going-
I wasn't around
you're
yet,
going way
Mel.
back
You're
in
dating
history.
both of us. I have to say though, like you look around here and you see
I can't give it up.
the investment that's been made here, and I'm not just talking about the money. Like Jeff really has a vision for keeping the bowling sport not just alive in this area, but all over.
Unfortunately, our sport was a sport that never got recognized. It didn't. Just never got recognized. I mean, everybody thinks you just come out here and roll a ball.
Well, I used
Well,
to say,
that's how you
there's
start.
10 pins. How hard can it be?
Yeah, that's how you start. If you bowled 5-pin, you rolled the ball. If you come here, you rolled the ball. But here they don't believe it's just so much pressure here and skill needed as a golfer.
There's
Because
a
by
lot
the
of
time you set up and you go through everything right and get to the line and do what you got to do, but even a perfect game, you got to have a lot of luck.
You gotta have a lot of what?
Luck. The bowling gods got to
yeah?
be on your side.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you can throw 10 perfect balls and you still wrap something out
Well,
there.
they're not perfect then.
Well, in the eyes of the beholder, they're
In
perfect.
the eyes of the bowler. I'm reading here as well. Like you had a full-time job with polymer rubber for many years. That was
I
your
started
career.
in Polymer in 1969.
Oh wow, that was the year I was born, Mel.
1969, I started there and as a draftsman, and I retired from there in 2008. 39 and a half years.
Wow, they couldn't get rid of you.
Well, no, and I went through a lot of change in that place.
Yeah.
But that whole Chemical Valley is changing now.
Speaking of changes, what have you seen change in a positive way in the bowling world?
Equipment, lanes,
Yeah.
because
You like the synthetic lanes compared to the wood, or are you
doesn't matter to
old-fashioned?
me.
Doesn't matter.
no, but with the proprietor, it's different. If you got wood lanes, then you got to get guys in to re-sand them and re-lacquer them and reseal them.
There's a lot of maintenance.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough maintenance just running machines down here, and they think an oiling machine's just a little machine, but you got about $20,000 or $30,000 tied up in just that little oiler that's going here.
That's right.
And you're getting the sophisticated ones, then you're
Well, I know.
100 or 100
Well,
better.
I know last year for the first year of the Big Money Bowl, their oil machine went down like a month before it happened, so he had to invest.
Oh yeah, you had to get his cable.
Significantly, you had
Yeah.
to get a brand new one up there, right?
Well,
and
they're
I
like a
remember
car, you
old
know?
Freddie that used to work here back in the day. He told me back in the '90s that the inventor of this machine was called Ernest Edenscrew. I don't know if that's real or not because you know Fred, but he said there's like 5,000 movable parts on one of these machines.
Well, let's see. I started bowling in the days when you used to use the old weed sprayer and you puff it out in the air and let it settle down. And you walk the lanes with this wiper thing. They've still got them here. I mean, they're triangular in shape, the width of the lanes, and there's a cloth on them, a fiber cloth, and then you roll it for a while, and then you click it, get a new part of the cloth up to clean the lanes and then oil them.
And you've been in charge. You've been on several boards, like organizing bowling tournaments yourself.
I've been the president. I was the president of our local association for quite a number of years, and now that's been taken over by Derek Sinclair, and a whole new board's come, and they're trying to push it more because we lost a lot of enthusiasm in this sport, especially after COVID. That really hit hard after COVID.
Yeah, I ran into some folks the other day. I was telling them this was happening. They're like, oh, we used to bowl and COVID hit and we just haven't gotten back to it. So I feel like there's some people out there that just need a little bit of a nudge to come back and throw a ball.
I hope so. I really do. It would be nice if the Olympic Committee had recognized it as a good sport for them. But
they still haven't done that. Why do you think that is?
They don't like us? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I just remember, like, you look at bowling for dollars back in the day. I remember sitting down there.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I was a little boy in
Saturday,
the 70s.
You'd always have the
Had to watch
PBA
that.
on.
Yeah.
And bowling for dollars was always on. And even with us as kids coming out here and just bowling, it was fun.
I bowled highway bowl. I was a little boy and bowled out there at highway bowl.
Highway with Sonny and his dad was the place that I really cut my teeth in.
I put a lot of quarters in a video game machine out there.
Yeah, well, I think even his play area down here now, it's got all these video games and everything, but it's...
You don't play video games, Mel?
No, not really. Give me a solitaire game, maybe. Or at one time I used to play bridge, so there you go.
There you go.
Now I'm really dating myself.
I can imagine the number of people and friendships and relationships that you've built through the sport and over the years.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Well, as you can tell, just with this tournament, there's a lot of people especially organized where you got a team. All the teams used to be 5-man team or 5-person team.
Get it right, Mel.
Let's get it right. You'll be politically correct. 5-person teams. Now you'll be only on 4-person teams. The timing has always been the same: 6:30 for the early squad, 9 o'clock for the late squad.
Yeah.
So, but
what we're seeing, Jeff and Marcin Bowl and Highway Bowl really giving back into the community, into the bowling community specifically, but really, really encouraging the youth bowlers to come along, and we're kind of seeing a bit of growth there.
Tell me about it. My wife and I were teaching bowling out at Highway Bowl for at least 40 years.
I'm pretty sure you were there when I was a little boy.
At least 40 years, because even Norm was there. Well, I remember bowling there when Norm still owned it. But it was when Sonny took it over, I went in there and say, I got a 150 average, help me. And then from then on, I was crowding 2s all the time and finally averaged over 2. But that was in conditions where we didn't have equipment like that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you had a rubber ball, for God's sake.
Well, I can't imagine.
Or urethane. But now you got all these synthetics. People say, oh, geez, look at that. Yeah. But they chew up these lanes. All these synthetics are just like big tiger paws, and they're just chewing everything up. Even these synthetics get chewed up if you don't have the right oil down on them.
A lot of maintenance going on there, for sure.
They just eat them up.
One thing I know about bowlers is they all think they know how it should be done.
I can talk a good game, but my bowling's gone downhill.
Change the oil on me.
I got to use proper tournament oil. And there was times when the actual suppliers would change the oil brand, but then you'd react different.
Right.
And then, of course, the proprietors have what they call their house shot.
Yeah.
Versus you go to nationals, then you get into tougher shots that you got to fight, or big tournaments that throw a tougher shot at you. With Chicago, you can go there and you got one condition on one lane and another condition on another lane. And
Yeah,
you go
right.
in a tournament. But
And I guess that's why it's important, like what they're doing here today, where each game you move to a different lane and
Yeah, he
kind of
was-
keeps it fair to everybody.
he's been very lucky to find himself sponsors that are willing to subsidize his.
You want another beer from Jeff?
Sure.
Okay. Your food set.
Oh yeah.
You better go have your
No,
food.
it's
Am I
gonna.
interrupting an interview?
Yeah, that's all right.
It's all right.
Listen,
Jessica, you were live
Jess,
there.
you're lovely. Get in here.
They're taking good care of you. Well, I'll let you go. Maybe you can come back a little bit later, go have something to eat. But, congratulations on so many years of bowling, and you're still here and represent, like, around this area for sure. When you think of bowling, you think of Mel Matthews.
Well, it gets tough now, you know. We got the kids that we used to teach are now I'm bowling with.
Right?
And their kids we started teaching.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's getting handed down, and we kept doing it. So, over 40 years, you see a lot of families. And
Sure.
now you see, like, I know, Baines Barbecue, Brandon Baines.
Oh, yeah, right.
Taught him,
Wow.
taught him as a junior. Jim LaPointe, Ben LaPointe, Jordan Cross-Carey. There are a lot of kids we're bowling with now. Jason LaPointe. There's a lot of kids now that are here making a name for themselves, and now a lot of them have children
They're big
Yeah,
kids,
that's-
not
yeah.
little kids.
that are now getting into it. We left just after COVID, my wife and I, from this, and now they've picked it up again, but they're only doing it out of this house. And I came in here to see them, and they got a full game of it going. They were able to get the kids back.
That's
And
good.
it's got, but it's so hard to even make teenagers commit to anything anymore.
Yeah, well.
You know, a bowling league is like 33 weeks, but
Yeah.
that's a full commitment. You got to be there 33 weeks.
It's a long season.
Because we got a contract signed with the bowling center that if you got 12 lanes of four, that's 48 bowlers. So we got a signed contract that we got to pay for 48 bowlers.
Right, gotcha, for 33.
And you can't just have the mood to, oh, I'm not going to come so I don't have to pay. No, it don't work that way. Yeah, you don't show up.
So you got to have a conversation at the start of it.
Pay, but, I think there's a lot of employers that see the toughness of trying to keep good help on.
Right.
Committed help. But
Right.
that's just a whole nother story. I mean, after 60 years of this, I thank you.
I thank you,
Keep
Mel,
up
for
the
talking
good
to
work.
me. Oh, I appreciate it, Mel. And it's,
'Cause
I've known you a
first-
long time, and
I've-
it's great to
Well, I
still be able
first
to-
met you on karaoke,
I know. Now you're dating me.
and now you're with Smitty. There's been a lot of people go,
Yeah.
but we're still trying.
Well, you're doing fantastic, and thanks for everything you've done in the bowling community and talking to me here today. Get you out of here so you can go have a bite to eat. Don't forget your beer.
Gotta get this one. We got that one. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Mel. Enjoy the rest of your day. Mel Matthews, like, wow. I've known Mel a long time, but I've never really had that kind of a conversation, a few here and there. So, a real living legend in the bowling world. We'll be sure to take that and clip that and put that up again later. That was a real honor for me to talk to Mel. I might have to have Mel on my show. All right, let's take you back to the main action here at the Bowling Alley, Marcin Bowl. Sorry, Sean, didn't see your comments until now. It's hard to talk and read at the same time. Well, coming up to the end of game 3 and squad 6, I'm seeing some 216s, 212s, 234s. Several 200 club members. So things are getting a little more serious here. And then, of course, at the end of this squad, we'll come into the semifinals later tonight. Hello, Tyler. Thanks for joining us. Happy Saturday back to you. Sorry you're late. Oh, I didn't know you were supposed to be here at a certain time. Where are you watching from? things wrapped up here on game 3 of squad 6. Things moving along pretty well here. Just coming up shy of 2 hours since squad 6 began here. Marcin Big Money Bowl. Moving on now, game 4 underway here of the squad 6. If you're just joining us, welcome. Live from Marcin Bowl here in Point Edward. It's the Big Money Bowl with $20,000 first place on the line. A total of $50,000 in cash prize is going to be given away this weekend. Art Oliver, the winner of last year, is back here again. He's looking to maintain his title. He's had some pretty strong games, and he's had some not as strong games, but consistency is definitely key, and the eyeballs are definitely upon him. Tomorrow, yes, last day of May, May 31st. my friend. Fuck you, man. Where was going to dinner, my man? I don't think it's I'm very better I want to take a moment to say hello if you're just joining us here today at Point Edward, Ontario for Marcin Big Money Bowl. Love to know where you're watching from. Say hello in the chat, in the comments. You got a bowler you're rooting for. About 45 minutes ago, we had Mel Matthews, a legend in bowling in this area for sure, and all over. Talked to us for several minutes about his 60-plus career in bowling. The bowling is definitely getting a little more serious here today, and then tomorrow is when it really gets cranked up. Wrapping up a few more frames to go here in game 4 of squad 6. Starting to get things wrapped up here in game 4. I'm seeing some 220s, several 200s. There's 202, 230, and more. Things are getting intense as we get ready to come into game 5 of 5, the final game for this squad. Giving you a shot of your current standings right now. That's not completely updated from this squad, but will be shortly. But just to give you an idea of where things are sitting right now. Oliver Jr. currently sitting around 5th at the moment. few wrapping up game 5, but most underway at most wrapping up game 4, and now many into game 5, the final game of squad number 6. coming into the fifth and final game of this squad. And then we will pause while they oil the lanes and prepare for the semifinals here tonight at Marcin. And stay with us. We're going to have some interviews with some longtime bowlers, talk about their careers. We're going to be in the area on Monday here in Point Edward, June 1st, from 4 till about 10, 50% off all menu items. Kind of their end of summer clearance sale, I guess you could say, right? But 50% off all items. I know I'm going to stop by. On 24. Looking to nope, didn't do it. about halfway through right now. The final game of Squad 6, and then we'll take a break. We may have some interviews here with some bowlers. See several of you watching. I'd love to know where you're watching from. If you can take a moment and say hello in the comments. Well, hello, Pedro from Welland, and we got Ryan from Strathroy. I'm assuming you're bowlers, or you maybe have friends here. What's your interest in bowling? Tell us your story. things really starting to wrap up here. As we look to Haid on lane 24 right now. It's got 6 strikes and 2 spares, and looking to spare this one up here as well. Here for Robert Pretty. Okay, nice. Let's go, Rob. Your brother bowled this morning, but he crapped the bed. Art Oliver. Yeah. Well, Art's the guy to beat, right? After winning last year. Wade spared it up on 24. Throw a strike here in the 10th frame. There'll be a strike in there. Nice. Yep, lots of eyes on Art for sure. He had a nice game. I want to say it was game 3 of this squad. Let's see if I can bring the scores up here. There is a link out there. It's not quite updated yet. Finishing up with a 198. Or no, currently at a 198. 218 with a strike on the 10th. There it is again. Hayden Hale, who's currently at the top. It's going to be one to keep an eye on for sure. Oh. And robbed. Leaving one left. But a 247 is nothing to, yeah, that's pretty incredible. And another one to keep an eye on for sure. Hayden Hale. Justin Knowles in the top. Kevin Arsenault. Joe Siach, I don't know how I'm saying that. And Art Oliver. Those are your top 5 currently. We'll see. Oh, things just changed there. We will bring you up the latest that I have. Justin Knowles, Hayden Hale, Kevin Arsenault, Alex Poho, Tyler Lee. Art Oliver dropped down about 8th right now. Jim LaPointe right now in 12th. The only one with a 300 game. And shout out to Connor Smith, who I knew his father for many years and continued on following his father's footsteps as far as the bowling goes. 13th right now. Just a few more games left here on 29 and 30. They're knocking him down there. 4 in a row on 29. Finalizing up a few here on 29. All right, well, if you've been watching along, of course, you've been seeing some great bowling here, and Art Oliver, obviously, one of the ones to keep an eye on for, and we're on a little bit of a break now as they oil the lanes to get ready for the semifinals. And Roy Mezzatesta, did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
I say that 5 times fast. I'll get it wrong again next time I see you, but I've known you for several years, and you've been a big part of the bowling world for how long now?
61 years.
Yeah, okay. Is that right, eh?
Yeah.
So you were a boy when you started.
Yeah, I was 9 years old when I started bowling.
How did you get introduced to the bowling?
Well, put it this way. I used to play fastball when I was like 6 years old and up, and then I played hockey. And then my parents went to register me, and it was in August. And I came home and I seen my name was, I seen the registration, SMAA, and it was bowling.
Right.
They signed me up for bowling instead of hockey. I said,
Whoops.
what did you do that for? And they said, it's not as physical, you're not going to get hurt. We're afraid you're going to get hurt playing hockey and that. So they wanted to play me and spotted me in
Okay,
bowling.
so for our next squad,
Oh, hang on a second. I'm just going to listen to this.
we are going to be taking, the QR code is up. We'll be taking the top 38. The two ladies outside of the cut will be Jessica Lee and Carrie Hopkinson. 260 plus outside of the cut will be Con Casey and Kyle Adamson. And 250 plus outside of the cut will be Dan Vandermeer and Rick DePacio.
All right, some announcements there, and this is an interesting time with the cut. We'll get to that, but carry on there, yeah.
So anyways, I'm 9 years old in grade 4, and first week school was okay, and then I started bowling that first Saturday, and after that school didn't mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking more of bowling than anything, and then my mother would save the Javex bottles, and I had softballs downstairs, so I set up my own little thing.
Oh, you had your own lane at home?
Yeah, I would practice downstairs throwing softballs at Javex bottles.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then back then we had coaches like Bill Evers, Leah Everly was one of my ball coaches at one time when she coached bowling too, but they didn't, they kind of left me alone and let me do whatever I wanted, and I learned how to throw a hook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like from there I was a Bantam bowler, and you didn't have new bowling balls back then. Like you didn't own your own, you used a rack ball every week.
Oh, I see,
bowling,
okay.
eh?
Yeah.
So then from there I think I turned 12 years old, and they came up with the 4 steps of stardom. It was like Ron Klosky back in the day was an architect that developed this national tournament, and it was like back then I was 12, and you started with your own bowling alley, and I bowled at Echo Lanes. So from there you became the top qualifier out of your house, and then they took the 4 houses. There was only Highway, Nickel Bowl, Northgate, and Echo Lanes that were involved in this, and you went the first step was the house turn. You won the house. The next step was you won the county. So we bowled at Highway, and I won at Highway. And then you went to the provincials, and then you bowled. I don't know how many people were there that I bowled against, but I came out of there as a provincial champion.
Wow.
At 12, and then from there they flew us out to Edmonton, and we bowled out of a place called Lucky Strike Lanes, and there weren't a lot of places like provinces involved back then. It was only Alberta and BC, so they had a representative from each of their provinces there, and I bowled against 2 guys. We went there on Easter weekend of 1968. And,
Well, you got a great memory.
yeah, and Neil Sinclair was a part of it, and he was a senior, and I was the Bantam guy, and
Right, yeah.
we both were champions back then.
Wow. Bowling's changed so much over the years, Roy. I mean,
It has,
you've seen it for the better?
It's changed somewhat for the better, yes, I'd say.
How
The
so?
equipment's changed.
Yeah.
The bowling balls have changed a lot.
Technology.
Technology's changed just like everything else has changed daily.
Are you, I had Mel Matthews here earlier talking to him, and I asked him this question before I tell you his answer. Do you prefer wood or synthetic lanes? Or do you care?
It doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, that was what Mel said too. At the end of the day, you got to
Yeah.
learn to throw the ball.
Yeah, at one time this was synthetic, the first 12 and wood over here. And but when you had tournaments, you wanted to try and base everything either synthetic or wood.
Yeah.
You didn't want to have people. You didn't want 24 teams in here and 12 over here and 12 over there on different
Yeah.
lane surfaces. So
They would say it would
Yeah, it'd
be
be,
unfair.
uh,
I remember when they installed these. They were the first
Yeah.
12 here. That was in the 90s,
yep,
and they did have both wood and synthetic, and
Yeah.
it did cause some problems for a little while. I
it
recall.
did. It was like here you had 16 teams here on Sunday morning, so you'd have 12 teams over here on the synthetics, and 4 teams would be bowling on the wood.
Yeah.
So I bowled equally well on both sides, so I can't really say it was real bad for me.
Yeah, you've done a lot of traveling then to going through your bowling career. Is there any particular tournament or a time that stands out for you?
Well, the national as a kid did, and then I got to go to the back before we became CTF. We were part of the ABC, the American Bowling Congress,
Yeah, right.
and I went to 4 national tournaments. I went to one with Jimmy Bourgeois, Neil Sinclair, and the first year I went with those. And Mel Matthews was on the team, and an American named Jeff Krause was on the team. Then the next year Jimmy didn't travel with us, and unfortunately Jimmy passed away that year too. So we picked up another bowler to come in and take his place.
Okay, sorry guys, it is the 1 in 5, so it is top 32. Sorry for the confusion there.
Jeff Wicken's trying to get things straightened
So
out.
50
Yeah.
to 59 is Joe Kayak, Steve Lewicki, and then Con Casey and Kyle Anderson are 60 plus, and then the ladies. Sorry about the misclarification there.
There you go. Somebody straighten him out.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of traveling in there, and I imagine so many relationships and friendships have been created from this.
I bowled with a lot of great guys, and like Jimmy Bourgeois, Neil Sinclair, Jim LaPointe.
Yeah. You were talking strongly about Jim Bourgeois yesterday. Share a bit of that story.
Goes back to when I was just coming back into bowling in the leagues again. It was a city tournament, and we were bowling right beside him in the doubles. I was bowling doubles with a friend of mine, and I knew I had an energy come across me on this guy anyways. It's like somewhere along the line you're going to run into him again, eh? So in the summertime we used to go and bowl at Highway Bowl, and it used to be open 24/7 on Friday and Saturday night. So we go bowling till 5:30 in the morning. And I met a guy named Gord Murray, and he was running there, and he asked me to bowl and sign up for bowling in the Classic League. So I said, yeah. I said, okay, put my name down. So the next week it was a draft, and my wife came outside and said, there's some lady on the phone named Betty. This was like 2:30 in the afternoon. I go, oh, okay, I'll go and see what she wants. And she told me Jimmy Bourgeois had drafted me, and I went, yeah, that's cool. So she just wanted my shirt size and told me when to bowl. And the next week we started bowling, and I walked in and I walked up to him and he introduced myself, and he says, "Hi, Roy," and you know, all I'm interested in is you show up here every week. I'm looking for dependability, and you're here every week, and if you're not going to be here, tell me so I can get a spare, and I don't care what you bowl.
Yeah.
And I was only like averaging 174 in the leagues that I was bowling in. Like, I bowled in a lot of mixed leagues, and I bowled in some tough houses. So, and that year I ended the end of the year with a 198 average. So.
Wow. What do you think it was that he saw in you that he wanted you drafted for his team?
Style.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's seen my my form and that, and it was a good team because there was myself, Jimmy, Tony Olson. Yeah, Tony Olson and Butch Moore. That was the team, and
Right.
Jimmy says, "Don't worry about what goes on out there." He said, "Just go bowl your game." So you know, you just go out there and bowl your game, and before you know, at the end of the year, you had first place locked up before with 6 weeks left, and all you had to do was maintain. And then that summer, I went bowl with him and Mike Marcin over in a tournament in the Bowlodrome, and Jimmy and I kept in contact for a long time after that. Even after he quit bowling the Sunday Classic, he came here and bowled Sunday morning.
Yep,
Marcin.
I remember that.
And I stayed at Highway, and I had drafts with Mel Matthews on my team and that. And then I came over here and I bowled with the Shell boys. And I met Jimmy again in here, and then I'd be struggling here sometimes, and I thought, I'm just going to throw a ball a certain way, and he'd be sitting right there on lane 22, and I was going pretty good, I had a good clip. I was at an 800 pace, and he was sitting there, and he kind of gave me some hands, and I had to go back and ask him what he was telling me to do, and he says, "Stay down. You're coming up at the line, eh?" So I learned something like every time from that man. I used to pick him up at the bowling alley and bring him home. Like, he worked in the pro shop out at Lake Huron Lanes with Brian, and I learned how to drill balls off of Brian back in the day. So I got to know a lot of guys like them, and Sonny Schofield. He was great.
Right. Yeah.
I bowled with Sonny.
A lot of legends in this area, including yourself there.
I had to bowl. I'd say my bucket list is pretty good with the guys that I've got to bowl with over the years. I bowled with Jim LaPointe, Mel Matthews on Thursday nights, and Glenn Crow, and we had a great team. And
right on. You take a look at this second year now for the Big Money Bowl. With $20,000 for first place, a total of $50,000 total.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, this is close to Jeff Wicken's heart for the reasons for his dad and his mom, quite honestly. And were you surprised last year when Jeff put it out there and said, "I'm doing this Big Money Bowl"? And it wasn't just a money commitment; it was just a huge commitment. He's been all over Ontario promoting this.
I think his dad would be very proud of him. Like, Brian would be really proud. Brian was a very good friend of mine, and I met Jeff when he was like 7 years old.
Right.
You know, like, they used to live on Montcalm, and I drove over there and I'd visit Brian over at the house, and then I started hanging around the pro shop Brian was running out there at Lake Huron Lanes, and I learned how to drill my own equipment while I was there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I did a lot of ball drilling on my own stuff, and
it's great to see, because I know, again, with the long-term vision here, it's part of Jeff's long-term vision. It's going to take a few years, but like, you even look around here today, like, there is a list of, I think, about 100 bowlers participating in this so far.
Yeah.
And that's significantly up from last year.
Oh, it's up. I was a last-minute decision to come in here and bowl. Like, my year was like.
You said you're a procrastinator.
Yeah, I'm a procrastinator. Like, I could have came out and tried to win a spot a couple times, and I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And then my year's just been fluctuating, and then I sat down and reviewed my whole thing on Friday morning, and I said, well, I'm like 80% of what I achieved this year compared to maybe last year. I might have been 90%, somewhere up there. Like, this was a bad year for me.
So what made you decide to pull the trigger?
I just
So
thought,
we've had it written two different ways.
okay,
That Jeff guy keeps
and our
talking.
website is going to trump what we just said. So it will be 38.
All right, some
38
changes going on there.
plus
Just give it a minute, but
two top 50 to 59, two top 60 to 69, and the two top ladies. Sorry for the confusion again. It's been a long couple days and now I'm confused.
yeah.
But yeah, the long-term commitment, like you say, you see about 100 people here, significantly up from last year. I know there was some timing last year with the Players Tour, but
Yeah.
are you surprised at the turnout, or were you expecting it?
I was expecting it. I figured the guys that were going to show up here showed up.
Yeah,
Little CJ Buttery there from
yeah.
over New York. Stayed in
I
New
was
York.
watching him earlier. He's an incredible bowler for you.
I watched him on. There's Storm Beat the Champ that's on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And it's a weekly thing, and he's made it a few times, and a few other guys that I've
Jeff
watched.
Wickens and I were just talking about that actually.
Yeah, I watched that.
And they used to do that kind of thing at Lake Huron Lanes.
Yeah, they used to have Beat the Champ there, and this place used to have a sports shot tournament here on Wednesday nights.
We were just talking about bowling for dollars. We talked about that with Mel, and I said to Jeff, hey, we should put on a bowling for dollars here. Do you think that would be fun to do?
Well, it'd be fun to do something like that. It'd be fun to have something like King of the Hill or something come back, like pick a night, but you can't really through the week because you're loaded with leagues in here.
Yeah, right.
So, you'd have to do something like on a Saturday or something like that.
Sunday
like
afternoon maybe.
Sunday afternoon, but Sunday afternoon would be kind of tough because a lot of guys bowl Sunday morning and they probably want to go
What
home.
is it about the sport in itself? Like, obviously, you got into it at a young age, but
It's
what kept you in it? Like, you grow up as a young fella, becoming a teenager, you get distracted by life.
like when you're younger, you're like when I was younger and I was coming through the ranks, I was like one of the high average bowlers in the city, and they always had a banquet. SMAA always had a banquet at the end of the years and handed out the awards. And I always had either most of the time I got the high average, or very seldom I'd get high triple, but I get the high average. They'd only give you one award. So, and that would be probably the best award you could get coming through. And, what your goal was to come in here and shoot a 300.
Of course.
Like your big thing was coming in here and bowling the best you could. But you would want to, later on, it didn't come out till like I started bowling again back in 1980. I was working for a while a lot, so I took some time off, but I still went to the bowling alley and threw a bowling ball.
How many 300s have you had?
I've got 10 and 10 sanctioned ones and 13 299s, 3 800s.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's like I missed quite a few 800s. I can say that, like by 3 to 6 pins.
Well, you've definitely had an influence on other bowlers here, younger bowlers. I've heard your name come up. I've been talking about you behind your back a little, and they're like, oh yeah, Roy. Everybody knows Roy. Same along with Mel Matthews. Like, you guys are local legends, not just local, but all around. So
when I went to one league, Mel said you're going to hurt your average, and I said no, I won't, Mel. I know I can bowl once a week and average 215, 216.
Yeah.
I don't. It's something you're just driven and you just have it in you. And this year it was just your mechanics. You changed a lot. Changed your style. Like I got 2 or 3 different styles. Like I could stand 3 feet from the foul line and come out with something different. And bowl great, and then come in the next day and try the same thing, and
Doesn't
it
work.
don't work. So you have to try and
Well, it's okay. It's nothing ever works for me, Roy.
yeah, it's oh, it'll work. But you come in here and you just learn that I didn't shoot my first award score, my first three. I shot a 290. What was it? 297, and there used to be a Coke tournament at Lake Huron Lanes that
Okay.
Jim Cooper put on
Oh yeah.
when he owned the bowling alley back in 82, 83, 84. Yeah, it was 1984 because my daughter was just born, so I can remember I just shot a 297 in that Coke tournament. Then I came in and came in late on the last ball and left the dish the 245. And then it took a long time. I shot a lot of 279 games till 1990 something, and I shot 290. Then I had a 298, and then the 300 came, and then a pile of 299s in this house before I shot a 300.
Wow.
Like 2011 was the first time I shot 300 in Marcin Bowl was. Yeah.
Lots of bowling, lots of stories. Roy, thanks so much for
Yeah.
talking to us
Yep,
here. I
yeah.
know we could keep going,
Yeah,
and we
you
probably
could.
we will again later. Maybe I should have you on my show. We'll just do the
Yeah,
1 hour
it'd be,
talk there.
Yeah,
That'd be
it'd
great.
yeah,
We've got
it'd be
to.
something.
We've got to. There you go. The legends are here today. It's
Yeah,
brought a lot of
right.
people, and it's fantastic. We're going to go back now. We're going to pause things while they oil the lanes, and we'll be back in a little bit for the semifinals. Thanks for listening.